Nithyanandam, welcome back to my channel. Spontaneously, there is a subject that came up, and I thought let me share about it. And it's got to do with schooling, education that I've had. I was born and brought up, as I've mentioned before, in India. And about when I was a teenager, about 14 and a half, 15 years old, I moved to UK, to London with my parents, and I continued my education there. So I remember having many tests, monthly tests, and then exams, and then sometimes spontaneous tests. I went to a private school, an English medium school called St. Anne's in Andhra, and of course, as I grew up, there is a lot of things that happened from kindergarten up to my ninth standard, which I completed. And one of the things that I had to do, I remember, is study all the subjects that I didn't always like science, maths, biology, all of the science subjects and maths. And these were the subjects that we had a lot of importance put on. So, as I was growing up, I remember really struggling, especially with mathematics and science. And my parents would wake me up early, especially when it was exam times. We had quarterly exams, we had half yearly exams, and then final exams. And then we had a report card for every examination as well, which we took. So, my only job was to make sure I didn't get any red marks, which meant fail. But sometimes I did, and sometimes I was borderline pass. And if I really put a lot of focus with quite a lot of help from my tuition teachers, etc., I would probably push it to being third in the whole class of 60, 70 students. But average, without any extra help, I would certainly just about pass, or I'd be average in the middle somewhere, 50, maybe 55 marks for subjects, and then of course the final count. So I remember having this wound in me as I was growing up, feeling like I'm not good enough, like that I would never be good at study, so I wasn't intelligent. Because of course schooling and everything else is, intelligence is measured according to how many marks you get for each subject, so how much you've memorized um, any particular subject. And I found it really difficult to I guess, read something without understanding what I was reading, why, having the context behind why I was doing what I was doing. I was told because when I'm older, I will need the education, and then of course I'll need a degree so that I can get a good job, so that I can have money, etc., etc., etc. So schooling continued, from school completing to college to university. And somewhere a deep wound had happened where I had started to believe that I wasn't good enough, and that I wasn't intelligent, that I wasn't smart. I would have to study hard to actually get anywhere. And then, of course, I met Swamiji, His Holiness the Avatar Paramahamsa Nithyananda. And before I physically met him, before I was in his physical presence, I decided to take up the opportunity to to teach one of his to become a teacher, an acharya, for one of the base programs he has, which is on 7 chakras, 2 days, 2 day meditation program on 7 chakras. So I went along to LA in 2011, early 2011, January, February 2011, to become this teacher. So I had trained for 6 weeks. I'd read the Living Enlightenment book. I had read the whole book, 800 pages once, and this is a 6 week period, actually less than 6 weeks, 5.5 weeks period. Read the Guaranteed Solutions, which is over 600 pages, 6 times. I had watched 6 hour videos 6 times, and I had written 20 pages on each chakra, 7 chakras, 20 pages on each chakra. I had done all my homework. I used to wake up at 4 in the morning and finish late at night. I was having very little sleep, and I was enjoying. I was really enjoying. The bits that stuck with me was the bits where I could experientially feel how what Swamiji was teaching was the truth. And of course, somewhere I internalized the whole book, both Living Enlightenment and Guaranteed Solutions by Swamiji. Then the training came. I arrived at LA, having done all my homework. And then it came to the first day of presenting the chakras in front of the whole class, which was 25 people. And I believe I was the only one that had not been to see Swamiji physically, and a lot of them that were there had already been to inner awakening. So and I had not at that time. So there I was, stage fear, went completely blank when it came to my turn, because I couldn't remember a single word of what I had read. I had so much fear that that wound in me from when I was in school just came up, and it stood in front of me, leaving me so powerless that I couldn't move forward. And of course, this training was based on how well I did with my presentations. Because, of course, when I'm teaching, I'd be teaching a class of whatever number of participants, sharing with them, and I would need to do it easily and proficiently. And I wasn't able to do it. So I dug deeper and deeper and deeper as the time went along. Eventually, by day 10, I had lost a lot of the fear just by being there in Swamiji's presence in terms of the temple, LA temple, Los Angeles temple that Swamiji has built. The deities are there with Prana Pratishtha, and very much I could feel Swamiji's love and energy in that temple. I've mentioned that in other videos before. Um, and I found myself growing and dropping the fear the more I presented. Of course, I got over the stage fear more and more. But somewhere that deep wound continued. I only realized that as I upgraded myself to more teacher trainings, as I got more and more involved in training for further programs, this stage fear would always come up where when I had to present in front of everybody else, I would go completely blank. And then finally in 2015, I happened to be here in Bengaluru Adinam. For 6 months I was here, and during that time, just before I left, was another seven chakra meditation Nithyananda yoga teacher training happening. And this time I was in Swamiji's physical presence for the training, so I was very lucky. And we had the seven chakras to read through, and then of course present to the whole classroom, chakra by chakra. I remember frantically reading through and still going blank at many points, and having that nervousness and fear of what am I going to say, and feeling stupid and feeling like I'm not worthy, XYZ, etc., etc. And one day, actually, Swamiji had become involved in the program and in the teacher training at that point, which I feel really blessed about. So he was calling us for spontaneous sessions, and one such session was Shivoham process. I didn't know exactly what would happen in that process. All I knew is Swamiji would help me overcome some obstacle that I had, obviously some wound, something that had happened in me. So, excuse me. So of course we had the process, and then the next day it was we were presenting the Anya chakra. It was our choice actually which chakra we wanted to present, but we had moved from right from Mooladhara to Swadhisthana over across to Manipuraka. So we went up the chakras, up from the spine to the navel center, then to the heart center, Anahata chakra, and then of course to the Vishuddhi chakra, the throat chakra. And by that time we had the Shivoham process, I was thinking about presenting the Anya chakra, which is the third eye. So we had the Shivoham process, and of course we went to bed. And next morning I suddenly felt I'm ready to present. So I declared to the classroom that I'll present. It took 2 hours to go through the whole material for Anya Chakra. And within 2 hours, I was absolutely ready to go and share all of the understanding that I had about Anya Chakra. It blew me away, because there I was for hours and hours and hours for the other chakras, reading through, forgetting. And for some reason, the moment I decide to present it, I would just go blank. But the Shivoham process that Swamiji did with us really totally changed how things were happening for me. And even now, if I'm spontaneously called on stage to present, I don't go blank. I'm quite happy. I mean, you can see me present here on YouTube to you guys. So this is a big shift that's happened for me just by being around Swamiji and being spontaneously for the showerings and the gifts that he gives us. So this is too important for me not to share. So that's all. This is a quick video to share this with you guys. And the key program that I like to invite all of you to really looking to take a serious look to come and experience, so that you can also have these kind of breakthroughs in your life. It's 21 days, and it's called Inner Awakening. We're having we're having another one happen. So that Shivoham has just been completed, and oh my god, the energy was just so amazing. I happened to be here again, once again, blessed to be in the physical presence of Swamiji when he's having these amazing processes, and it's tangible vibrational experience. So that Shivoham, which will be part again of February Inner Awakening. So it's a great opportunity to come and have a taste of all of this for yourself. I'll share the details again at the end of this video, so you have the links. Please do share your comments. If you have any questions, also please do let me know, and I'll be happy to come back to you with all the answers. Thank you. Nithyanandam.